Brigid's Playground here. This is an instructional video on how to play Alpha Duel. So we're gonna run down through here. This PDF is free for download on Teachers Pay Teachers and BrigidsPlayground.com. All right, so we're gonna skip the introduction and go straight to the how to play, and this is gonna be the basic gameplay. So this will be the basic format for how most of the other versions we'll talk about are going to be played. I'm not going to read it word for word, but I'm going to give you the gist. So the game consists of public cards that everyone can use and private cards that can only be used by specific players. All right. So your first round, well, each round, the players are going to be drawing two cards off the top of their decks. 5 seconds to choose which card was going to be the public card and which card is going to be their private card. All right? The round begins after all players have put a public card in the center or 5 seconds, whichever comes first. All right? Players have 30 seconds to write as many words as they can using the available letters. Now, it's important that I should point out here, um, 1 and 2 letter words count. You get the letter score, you just don't get a bonus word score for it. We'll get back around to that in the scoring. Also, letters can be used multiple times in different words. All right. Rounds 2 and 3, they're gonna be roughly the same format. The only difference is that the players are now adding an extra card. For round 2, they add an extra one. For round 3, they add another one. All right. So it is important to emphasize that all decks should be used, regardless of the number of players. For less than 4 players, simply turn over the public cards from the extra decks. For more than 4 players, assign colors or teams. All right, so you're round 1. So we're looking at our diagram, um, and then we see 4 public cards. All right, this is our public cards out here, and we see 1 private card. So each color has 1 private card at this point, and each color has placed 1 public card in the center, right? So everyone can use these cards, right? We come down to round 2. Now we have the same format. Everyone has placed 1 private card and 1 public card, right? So even though there's only 2 private cards for every player, every color, there's 8 public cards now. So that's twice as many. So twice the chance of finding words, right? We come down to round 3, it's the same thing. Now that you've reached round 3, you've decided which private card is going to be yours and which public card is going to be for everyone. So essentially, this is like sharing out here. Everybody gets to use these cards. But these are the private cards that can only be used by this specific color, right? Red's private cards can only be used by red. Same goes for yellow, green, and blue, right? Only blue can use these 3 cards, right? But everyone gets to use the cards that are out here in the public area. Everyone can make words using that. And they can use letters multiple times in different words. All right, so here's some alternative gameplay ideas that I had. So for an easy play, round 1 is 30 seconds, round 2 is 45 seconds, round 3 is going to be 1 minute. Extra cards are optional. Hard play, round 1 is 15 seconds, round 2 is 20 seconds, round 3 is 30 seconds. Extra cards are mandatory, must be used. All right. So this would be roughly the medium play. If we were going easy, medium, hard, this would probably be roughly medium. All right, so use as a learning tool. So you can use this deck to deliberately practice certain vocabulary words or sight words or spelling words, whatever it is that you're studying. You can deliberately and intentionally stack the deck. Take out the letters you don't need. All right, remove all the multipliers. Set a hidden bonus for some or all of this your specific word set, and play on easy schedule, right? Give them more time. Now, this isn't necessary, but it's strongly recommended. It's just make it easier and a little more fun for that practice. All right, so this is Alpha Duel Rush. Now, this is the version that I'm using for my YouTube videos. You can find some of these videos that I'm posting, some of the Alpha Duel Rush games. Just get the instructions, play along for free, right? I'm not going to really read into this too much, but I just wanted to point out that this is the version here, right? It's one round, 1 minute. There's three private cards, and each player has three private cards still, but each player only puts two public cards out there, right? So there's less cards to work with. It's 1 minute long, and it's only one round, all right? So look for this on YouTube on my channel. It's Alpha Duel Rush. I'm gonna try to post 5 hands at a time. Um, and that'll just get something free and easy to play with. Let's get down to the scoring. So the scoring, multiples of the same word cancel out, and the player or team receives only one score for that word, right? Changing a word by even a single letter counts as a whole new word. Here's some examples, like the words and, hand, stand, etc. All all count as different words and gain a full word score. You can see they used three of the same letters. That's completely okay. You can do that. As long as you're making a brand new word, you can reuse those letters as many times as you need to. All right? So they get the full word score for that. Also, the words hand, hands, handy, handed, etc., all count as different words and gain a full word score. All right? So that still counts as different words, even though there's only one letter changed, two letters changed, and it's still the same root word. Still counts as a full word score, right? So they get all the points for that. Right? All letters for the correct spelling of a word must be present and usable in order to gain a full word score. So that's the letters and the bonus, any bonus, right? So let's say we had the word letter or letters, right? In order to spell that, both of the E's and both of the T's would need to be in play. All right? So here's the word score, right? One and two letter words do count. You get the letter score for your one letter words. You get your letter score for your two letter words. If you do B or on or in or something like that, those count. You get the letter value, but you don't get a word bonus, right? Like your word bonus comes in, if three-letter word and above. All right, and here's your extra cards. Now your extra cards, the multiplier is going to double your score if you're using the multipliers. All right, so the negative cards, right? So your negative cards, anytime that you use any of the letters on this card in any and all of your words is -10, right? Anytime that any of these letters are used in all of your words, it's minus 10, right? So it's minus 10 for the C and minus 10 for the A, right? Which comes to minus 20. So if you use the word extra and the word card, right? And you had this one, then you would only lose negative 10. For the T, negative 10. For the R, negative 10 for the X, right? The R over here and the S. You would lose negative 10 for all of those. If you had the negative 10 A through M, then you would have negative 10 for those letters, right? So that's how the negative score works. All right, so I hope you found this informative. Go and download the free PDF. The instructions are they're available for free. You can play along on YouTube. I'm making and posting just the Alpha Duel Rush, which is a single hand, or excuse me, a single round, 1 minute, right? Um, and remember, smart is in the learning, knowing is in the practice, wisdom is in the habits we carry.